As you can probably imagine, any excitement I had to be on this road trip was gone after seeing that accident. I'm not even gonna hold you. Where is teleportation? We've been talking about it for years and it's still not here yet. I feel like that would just solve so many issues and save a lot of lives, okay? It took me roughly 2.5 hours longer than normal to get here, so all I wanted to do was take a nap when I saw these beds, but the whole point of me coming up early was so that I could set up the day before, so that's exactly what we're about to do. Here I am pulling into the event. The space is absolutely ginormous. There are so many vendors that get to be part of this event, and I love that. This is how I unpack my car. I always put my clothes on the bottom and my racks on top, so the first thing I pull out will be my racks. I can get those set up and then I can just throw my clothes directly onto the hangers. Onto the racks. I don't have to put anything on the floor. I don't have to deal with IKEA bags and adding all the hangers once I get here. I just feel like this is a lot more efficient when you put your clothes on the bottom, already on hangers, and then obviously the racks on top. And then once you get inside, you can kind of just rearrange things as you see fit. But it's just a lot more efficient in my humble opinion. Another thing I love about getting set up the day before is being able to see all the cool vintage pieces that other people are bringing. Some of these pieces don't even feel real, and yet here they are right in front of your face. And then you also just get to see how other people do their setup. You can kind of get some ideas from them on how you want to change something in your own booth, kind of like how I did with this shoe rack of mine. I used to not carry shoes because I never had a good way to display them, but then I heard about a foldable shelf from another seller, and now we are here. This is literally a foldable bookshelf that I made into a shoe rack. I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, Nashville. A little fit check to start the day, aka Breakfast of Champions. So today I was wearing some vintage US Navy pants. I had on this little rodeo 70s tee, a chain belt, vintage cowboy boots, and then this little cropped denim jacket. Love my fit. It's very 70s. It's very Western, which is like right up my alley. I feel so confident in outfits like this. But everything you see here in my wagon are what I'm calling my restocks, because I had ThriftCon just a week before this market, so I did not unpack my car after ThriftCon. I just tried to source as much as I could in the 4 days I had for turnaround, and brought those new items with me. So all the night before this market, I was like tagging all the new stuff. But as you can see, this market was packed, not only with people, but with like the cutest little puppies. But I just was overwhelmed in like the best way possible. There were so many people in there. Everyone was so friendly. The vibes were top tier. I was so happy, guys. I can't explain it. This shirt was just really funny to me. But it turned out to be a really great day. This was my hangers like halfway through the day. That was my friend's hanger right behind me. Like, we were all doing our big ones. It was a great day for literally everyone that I talked to. Before I knew it, it was time to get packed up. Again, the same way I brought them in is the same way I'm taking them out. I'm loading in the clothes first and then hangers on top. They always have fireworks over here at the end of these markets. I think there's like a soccer game that goes on. I don't know, but I always think they're for me. Like, everyone's celebrating me and my accomplishments because I had such a great day. You gotta romanticize your life, guys. But yeah, before I knew it, it was time to head home and start this 4.5 hour drive. I don't think you guys understand how excited I was to see this little sweet home Alabama. It really did feel sweet. But let's get into the review. Hello, everyone. I am back. For you guys, it's been all of like 5 seconds. But for me, it's probably been roughly a week and a half since I got back from Nashville. The weekend after Nashville, I strategically planned a weekend in the mountains with my friends, because I had ThriftCon the weekend before Nashville, and then obviously I had Nashville. Doing those 2 big markets like back to back on top of working a full-time job, and I had to do a road trip for Atlanta, and then I had to do a road trip for Nashville. Like, it was a lot back to back. Will not be doing that to myself ever again. But yeah, I strategically planned a little weekend vacay getaway situation in the mountains, had a great time, and now it's time to get back to work, okay? Because even after being in the mountains, I was like, no, I need 2 days to recover from relaxing. Like, it takes you a while to get reacclimated into your routine. But anyway, I am back and I have some numbers for you. Can you even read that? That's my doctor handwriting. I wanted to be a surgeon once upon a time when I was younger, and then I got to college and I went through physics and OChem, and I was like, this is not for me. This is not for me. And I ended up with a psych degree because that was so much fun to learn. And I felt like I didn't have to study. And I feel like I felt like that. This is such a random rant. This is ADHD up here. But I felt like I never had to study for that class, but honestly, it was because I had such a big interest in it. Learning, it didn't feel like learning. I was just excited to take it all in. I wanted to learn each and everything. Like, I was hyper fixated on it, on like every class I took with psychology. So anyway, that's how I ended up with a psych degree, and I still ended up in healthcare. So winner chicken dinner. Anyway, there's my numbers again. I'm gonna talk them out with you. But Nashville, round of applause for Nashville. I had such a great time. One, because I got to see all my friends. Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Missouri, Georgia. Like, we were all in the house for this market. They really have the best of the best people there from all over in Nashville. And honestly, there's such a good scene. I don't know, what do you guys call yourselves? Nashvillians? Like, imagine like a group of people just terrorizing the city, calling themselves the Nashvilleans. Anyway, they really have an appreciation for vintage, and they love that kind of stuff, and I'm here for it. So every time I do this market, it's a great time. This, for like a relatively new market, like they've only done 5 of these. This is volume 5. They have an insane turnout. Their social media is on point. They keep up with the trends, but they also do like traditional marketing. They've got billboards, they've got flyers. There's so many people with like brick and mortar stores in Nashville. So they'll put, stuff up in their shop as well. So I think we have like well over 6,000 people at this market, which is crazy because I did ThriftCon in Charlotte. ThriftCon is supposed to be like the largest traveling vintage market. I did ThriftCon in Charlotte in December. They had 6,000 people there. But like in Nashville, that's still a relatively like small market. We had 6,000 plus people too. And it actually felt like it at Nashville. In North Carolina, I was like, are there even 4,000 people here? Like, what is going on? But anyway, I think the people who run this do a great job. So this is just a subtle brag real quick about this market. I think they do a great job with advertising. They're so nice to the point where they like let us come in and set up the day before if we want to. They threw a pizza party for us during setup. Setup was like from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. So, if you did have work that day, you could come after work and like get set up and everything, which was nice. I did take that option, as you guys saw earlier in the video, to come up the day before just so I wouldn't be stressed, because I knew I was gonna have to drive home after the market. And the last time I did this market, I did the 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night, and I did not think I was gonna make it on the way back home, because driving 4 hours, working for like 8 hours, and then driving another 4 hours, like, it's a lot on your body, especially like being social and everything. I did not want to do that. So I did take up their offer to like drive up the day before, get set up. Loved it. Before the market, they were coming around checking in to see if we needed any help with anything, last minute stuff before they opened the doors. During the market, they were running around with a wagon that had snacks and drinks in it. After the market, they were again walking around asking if we needed help tearing down our setup. They were, how do you think today went? Like, are you happy with your numbers? Like, they were doing like a brief little survey, just checking in. And that's the kind of stuff that goes a long way. You can just feel how much they care about this market. And the fact that they've only had 5 and it's already this big, like, I think that just goes to show you, like, some people are really meant to throw these markets. I mean, they do like giveaways for the first 25 people in line. So people get there super early. You're winning $200 gift cards. You're winning band tees. They gave away skateboards. Like, they were doing the most. And they had games like throughout the actual event as well. And I just think that's such a great way to keep people involved. It was a free event to get into. A lot of these vintage markets that are inside especially try to make you pay to get in. Like ThriftCon was like $20+ to get in. This was free. The location is at the Nashville Fairgrounds, so there's always a bunch of people in the area. They had multiple food trucks with all kind of like food preferences, and the music was great. Like I had a great time at this market. So if you are in Nashville, around Nashville, and you want to be a vendor, keep an eye out. I'll put their page right here so you guys can follow them. And then if you're not a vendor, but you're just like, you like vintage and happen to be in Tennessee or want to do a little road trip to go to this kind of market, again, I will put it right here for you guys, because I would recommend, like 10 out of 10. Especially after I had a not so great experience at ThriftCon. Like this was just night and day difference, and I was like, no, like this is what I was talking about. All these little things show you care, and that's why this market was just so much more successful and so much more fun for, I think, a lot of people. But I digress. Let's get into these numbers. So before I take out any fees, because we do that here, I'm not just going to tell you the big number because that's never the case. But gross income, we had 1801. Such a great day. I like 1500. Like that's my like number, my average number that I'm happy with. Below that, I'm like, okay, we did not have a good day. But like 1500, I feel like that's about my average. That's like my norm that I shoot for, and it's becoming easier and easier to hit more recently. But 1801 was my gross. For my fees, I had 124 hotel because, like I said, I went up the day before to set up. So 124, I paid 120 in gas. And then for my vendor fee, I got a 10 by 15. So it was $165 for my spot, which I'm pretty happy with. It was inside. The crowd was insane. 100% worth it. Like being inside and not having to have a tent and everything, and also having a bigger spot than a 10 by 10, all those are luxuries to me, and I'm going to pay for it every single time it's offered to me. So 165 in vendor fee. Total fees would be 409. So after we take out those fees and everything, I actually profited 1392. What a beautiful thing. Just under 1400. Cannot be mad at that. And I sold 71 items. So that was quite a bit that I had to replace in my inventory, but like I said, I had so much fun getting to see all my friends sell vintage and just do what I love. So that's it for this video. Sorry the first half was like kind of short. I honestly just didn't feel like talking, but I wanted to make a market vlog, so we went with a voiceover. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But yeah, let's chit chat in the comments. Have you ever been to a vintage market before? Are you a seller and you want to get into doing some in-person markets? I can make a video on that with tips and tricks for markets. Just let me know. But let's chat in the comments. I will see you guys next week. We need to get back to these thrift with me's. I've been kind of slacking with those, and those are my favorite videos, so let's get back into that. But I will see you guys next week. Don't know what we're doing, but I will see you then. Until then, I hope you live a happy, beautiful, wonderful life, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, love you all. Subscribe if you aren't already. I cannot believe I almost forgot that. That's how you know I took too much time off. But I love you guys the most. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.